I was a documentarian, and at the same time, I was a newsman. So I covered politics. I felt that you needed to see different sides. The first full-length documentary, it was 60 minutes, that was a long film at the time, was about a Los Angeles poet named Charles Bukowski. And Bukowski, if those of you know him, was a very unique, very controversial, very interesting character who he created his own myth with his writing. I'm a drunk, I'm a womanizer, I'm a reprobate, I'm all these different things. And he literally, he admitted, he fed those things. He did those things to feed his muse so he could write about them. But the thing that was interesting to me, and again, he let me into his life, he became a very good friend, but I said, I'm gonna try to just get under the skin here. The way I did it was because with him, he was too good. He was fantastic. He was a poet. He knew words. He could handle himself in front of the camera. I went to the two women in his life, and he had two different relationships he went back and forth with. An older woman and a young fallen Mormon sculptress who was fiery. And the thing that was fascinating in this instance was to hear him say, I did this, and I felt this, and so forth. And then talk to the women and going, no, he's not like that. They slept with him. They knew him. And in that instance, there was balance. Now, you could say that's journalism.
Sounds like a documentary.
Well, it could be, exactly. But the point is that I felt, maybe it's because I was also a journalist, I felt that I didn't want to just hear Charles Bukowski's point of view of himself, because he was skilled and he was brilliant and he was fascinating to see. But there was another side, and if people will only talk about themselves in a particular way, you need to come around a different way and understand what they won't tell you. And those two women did. The broadcast network demands that there's a fairness doctrine, that you do kind of show both sides. And so therefore, with these entities, and this is the complication we are in today, because traditional entities, in my time when I was a broadcast journalist, you had to make sure it was fair. In today's world, because of the internet, because someone can go on the internet, and we see it all the time, and say whatever they want. They don't have to back it up with sources. They don't have to prove that what they say is true. They just do it. And don't think that hasn't had an effect on journalism in this country.